Right, let's get up to the Skype wall, please, because we're going to talk now to a Liverpool fan, obviously. He's up on the Skype wall with us, of course. And I'm just looking there to find out who that is up on the Skype wall there. And, of course, it's
Bernie.
I'm sorry?
I think it's Bernie.
Bernie, good evening to you. How are you?
Great, mate. How are you?
Yeah, hi, Bernie. Very good to have you on the show. Thank you very much indeed. It's great. I'm very well indeed. Thanks, mate. We're talking about Roberto Di Matteo possibly coming to Liverpool. He looks like the favourite because your mob, Liverpool, have gone to Mr. Whelan, the chairman of Wigan, and asked for permission to speak to him. They're now speaking to him. Do you think Mr. Martinez, Roberto Martinez, good as he is as a young manager, is the man to restore you to the glories that you enjoyed as European champions?
I don't believe so, mate. I don't believe so at all.
So, on what basis?
I just don't think he's qualified to do that kind of job. He's, he's been battling relegation season after season with Wigan, but to have a big job like Liverpool, nah, I don't think.
So who is qualified? Who would you say is qualified?
Who is qualified? You know what? There's some top managers out there. Look at Johan Cruyff. You know,
why would he want to come to Liverpool?
What's that?
Why would Johan Cruyff want to come to Liverpool?
Why wouldn't he want to come to Liverpool? Liverpool's a big club.
It's a mess.
Liverpool's got a massive history. Why wouldn't he want to come to Liverpool?
Because the club's in a mess. And he doesn't live in England. Why would he necessarily want to live in England? Why would he necessarily want to live in want to live in Liverpool? He's retired, sort of. I mean, there are numerous reasons why Johan Cruyff wouldn't want to come to Liverpool.
I mean, Bernie, I have to back up Daniel, my partner in the studio here tonight. I mean, Johan Cruyff would only go to a team which are literally on the cusp of winning another European Cup. Liverpool have got a massive rebuilding job, Bernie. Do you accept that? Do you accept that Liverpool have fallen so far down the scale that you're now actually an Aston Villa type club?
No, not at all. You know what?
Yeah, but I mean, where do you think you are? I mean, with the greatest respect, Bernie, you're clearly a huge Liverpool fan, but do you not accept that you've fallen so far away from grace that you have no right now to assume that you're going to be back in the top four next season or the season after?
No, not at all. I don't think we've fallen that far from grace. Liverpool is just. I mean, these two people that have come in, this John Henry and Tom Werner. I think they're going to do wonders with us. They installed Kenny.
Well, they didn't do wonders there, with the greatest of respect. I mean, Kenny was wrong to come back, wasn't he? Really, we now realise that.
Not at all. I don't believe he was wrong to come back.
So let me ask you a question about Werner then and FSG. When they were there in the Red Sox, the Red Sox hadn't won the World Series for 80 plus years. They brought a guy in, Tito Francona. He won them 2 World Series. He then collapsed in September 2011, and so they fired him basically, made him say that he wasn't fired. He refused, and then all of a sudden stories start coming out about how it's the collapse of his marriage, it's that's caused it, it's an addiction to painkillers. Are these the people that you want in charge of Liverpool?
I don't understand. Why is his addiction to painkillers got anything to do with Liverpool?
No, I agree. Because in fairness, a bit too much information there, really, because, I mean, we're now looking at the way they're going to handle a Premier League club in this country.
Right, and I'm saying they smeared the bloke. They smeared the bloke who brought 2 World Series to their club when they hadn't won them for 84 years, I think it was.
They haven't smeared Dalglish. Let me ask you this, Bernie. Your everlasting memory of Kenny Dalglish will presumably be what he did for you in his former life, not his last reincarnation at Liverpool.
Kenny Dalglish is he's Liverpool through and through. He's he's a man that will be revered in the same breath as Bill Shankly, Bob Paisley. I mean,
yeah, I agree with that, but it's better that he hadn't come back. He shouldn't really have come back for the second term, should he?
No, I wanted him back. I wanted him back,
right.
And I wanted him to stay.
What, even after the disaster of the season just gone?
Even after the disaster of the season that's just gone. We won a Carling Cup for us. He got us to the FA Cup final.
He didn't really look like he was enjoying it, though, did he?
three domestic trophies that most clubs out there are going for, other than the Champions League.
Yeah.
He got us to the final of two of them, won us one, and we were eighth in the other. But I mean, that's we got to rebuild from there.
Yeah, Bernie, if you don't mind me asking this question, you seem to be so enthused about the pulling power of Liverpool to this day. Would you expect people like Mourinho and Pep Guardiola to be candidates to come to Anfield?
I'd love them to be candidates to come to Anfield, but to be honest, I don't think they would. I think. I mentioned Johan Cruyff earlier on. I mean, again, Johan Cruyff. That's it's a shot in the dark.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You've got huge ambitions for your club because you've been, brought up on constant success. But Liverpool are now in a watershed. They've now come to a position that they've never faced in the last 30 years, and that is a collapse of morale within the club, a collapse of leadership. If Steven Gerrard wasn't there now, you wouldn't actually have any iconic figure who, stands tall over the Liver buildings and says, "I am Liverpool."
You wouldn't call Jamie Carragher an iconic figure.
Yeah, but Jamie's barely going to play anymore, is he?
You know what? I mean, he's playing now.
As we speak.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, mate. We're going to move on. But Bernie, I'm very grateful you coming on the show. Thank you very much indeed. It's obvious about your passion for Liverpool, and I admire you for that enormously. I hope we'll see you on the show again very soon. Stay ahead of the game with Sports Tonight Live. Don't miss a thing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search for Sports Tonight Live on Facebook and like our fan page. Follow Sports Tonight TV on Twitter and tweet us your thoughts and opinions. Sports Tonight Live, it's the platform for the fans.